man walks into a clinic, wants his hair back, but he never walks out. And the worst part, the person who did the transplant surgery was not even a qualified doctor. Mumbai, Delhi, places like Istanbul, cheap package, airport pickups, hotel included, surgery, सब कुछ एक deal में. A man walks into a clinic in Kanpur, wants his hair back, he never walks out. Now what if I told you that this is not a rare incident? What if I told you that this has happened in multiple cities like Mumbai, Delhi, and places like Istanbul? And it will keep happening. Lakhs of rupees, multiple sessions, but zero results. You know what's interesting? Somewhere in the world, someone is typing cheap hair transplant in Turkey. Someone is watching a before-after reel on Instagram and thinking, yeah, it actually works. And somewhere else, a man is lying in a hospital bed due to his unsuccessful transplant surgery, regretting the day he typed those words. मैं आज वो सब बताऊंगा जो कोई नहीं बताता. Turkey alone is a $3 billion industry just for hair. Demand has grown 240% in the last decade. Istanbul is no longer just a tourist destination, it's a hair transplant capital of the world. Cheap package, hotel included, airport pickup, surgery, सब कुछ एक deal में. Hair loss is not a cosmetic problem, it is a psychological one. You stop looking in mirrors, you angle yourself differently in photos, you notice every other man's hair before you notice his face. Men के लिए ये एक silent insecurity है. ये discuss नहीं होती partner के साथ या दोस्त के साथ भी नहीं. Tell me when someone gets into a clinic with that mental state and the clinic promises 100% guaranteed results. Do you think they are making a logical decision or is it emotional? अब मैं आपको वो दिखाता हूँ जो आपको Instagram ads में कभी नहीं दिखेगा. 2023 Kanpur, two engineers, two friends both go for a hair transplant at the same clinic. Both collapse within 24 hours of the procedure. Both die.
Hair transplant कराने के बाद दो engineers की मौत हो गई.
Two young men in Kanpur, UP, have lost their lives after hair transplant procedures.
जिन व्यक्तियों की मौत हुई वे दोनों ही इंजीनियर थे और दोनों ने एक ही क्लिनिक और एक ही डॉक्टर से अपना हेयर ट्रांसप्लांट कराया था.
The person who performed the surgery was not a dermatologist, was not a plastic surgeon, was not a doctor at all.
कानपुर की डॉक्टर अनुष्का के हेयर ट्रांसप्लांट क्लिनिक में मौत पाई.
Dr. Anushka gave him an injection, but that pain we hear did not subside. The next day, Mayank's face had fully swollen.
How is this even legal? Mumbai, a man develops swelling after the procedure, then breathing issues. Within days, he is gone.
The 43-year-old businessman from Mumbai died hours after he underwent a hair transplant surgery at a private clinic.
Istanbul, a patient doesn't even make it to the surgery table. He dies during pre-operative sedation in a facility that had no ICU backup, no emergency protocol, just a beautiful reception desk and a free hotel stay.
A British man unfortunately just passed away in Turkey after having a hair transplant. What we know about the case so far is that he had complications pre-op, which probably is because he had a lidocaine toxicity when they were anesthetizing his scalp or giving him IV sedation.
New Delhi, a clinic fined rupees 6.3 lakh for operating without a license.
A Delhi-based clinic has been ordered by the District Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission to pay rupees 6.3 lakh to a patient after two failed hair transplant surgeries. The clinic lacked proper licenses, government approvals and employed unqualified doctors, the court found.
Chandigarh, rupees 10 lakhs in damages for advertising 100% guaranteed results. Courts ruled it as deliberate false marketing. Even the courts are calling it negligence. But फिर भी ये clinics बंद नहीं होते. Number 1. No strict regulation in India. Any MBBS doctor, including dentist, can legally perform a hair transplant. No specific license. Number 2. The ghost surgery problem. You pay a senior doctor, technician does the actual procedure. The doctor walks in for 10 minutes for photos and then walks out. Number 3. The package trap. When a clinic offers a hotel, airport pickup, meals and surgery, they have already cut costs somewhere. Number 4. Zero post-care accountability. After you leave the clinic, you are on your own. WhatsApp pe photo bhejo and umeed rakho. Unfortunately, it has become a product and you are the consumer who doesn't know what is there inside the box. Now let me be clear about something. Hair transplant is not a scam. When it's done right doctors, right planning, it works extremely well. But here's what they don't tell you during a consultation. Hair transplant is not for everyone. If your hair loss area is big and if you do not have enough donor area at the back, you will not get successful results. Now, maybe in another case where you have a little hair loss and you get the transplant done. But remember, transplant is just a procedure. One hair is pulled from one area and fixed in another area. But your existing hair will continue to fall. and in a few years again it will start looking thin. Well, my point is you should be aware of all these points. Make an informed decision. You are risking your life. What I suggest is wait for a couple of years, save money and go to the right doctor. And before choosing hair transplant, first ask yourself and understand the pros and cons. You need a hair transplant, how long is it going to last, and will you get the desired results? Or if you know someone who is considering a hair transplant, share the video. This video may save someone's life. और अगर ये वीडियो ने आपको सोचने पे मजबूर किया तो कमेंट इन द कमेंट बॉक्स, and if you are planning a hair transplant, we are happy to give you a checklist before you get a hair transplant done.